be big as this hotel, nobody will be able to enjoy it. So it's very important. That's the reason why I wanted to just quickly talk about this. So when we talk about mental health and mental illness, they're two different things, they're not the same. So I just wanted us to understand that mental health, we all have mental health, okay? Just like we have physical health. But there are things that will happen in someone's life that some of you have shared, loss, grief, all sort of situation, that will happen that could trigger, somebody's mental health being compromised. And in many cases result into depression, and if it's not managed at that point, then it can become very severe. So we need to watch out for that. I mean, very, very quickly, it's important that we know what is going on in your life at that stage. Everybody in life go through challenges. There's no one that is exempt. Okay, but it's how you deal with that challenges that will result in your health, your mental health being compromised. So what I'm trying to say here, mental health, when we're talking about it, is something that, relating to our own well-being is the overall. Your mental health, our mental health has to be, optimized in an optimized state for our physical health to be good, because everything is correlated. You see, because without the physical, without the mental, there's no physical. The mental affects the physical as well. Okay, so when you talk about mental health, you talk about our well-being, our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings, and our ability to solve problems and also to overcome difficulties, and even a social connection. So we've talked about today, isolation, that is not a good thing as well. It can, result in somebody's mental health being compromised, can lead to depression, anxiety. So it's important to form a circle, even if you don't, get it. There's some people, their families don't get on. They don't get on with their family. That's fine. There's no crime in that. Find someone, as Mommy has said, Mommy, God bless you, my wife's Mommy, my Dr. Mommy, okay, God bless her. Mommy, shared, pray for godly friends that you can have, but don't be on your own. If the husband is left, is gone, or whatever, or there's loss, please, 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 it's important. Don't be on your own. Find somebody, find a group of people that you can talk with, that you can share, your emotions, how you're feeling at that time. Okay, and that's important. And also important how we understand the world. So we have to be real. We have to be real. Somebody wants to buy a big house and they've only got like £10, they earn £200 a month. Yes, God is a God of miracle, but please be real. Because that is saying, no, actually this is not reality. Because you get into a mortgage like that, there's going to be an issue which can compromise your mental health. Okay, so that's very, very important. So very quickly, let's understand that. So let's understand that it can affect everybody, anybody at any time. There is no shame in it. There is no, don't be ashamed. Let's do away with the stigma, because it's the stigma and the shame that is preventing a lot of people from getting support, and people are suffering, and as a result, people get this ideation. Some people, it gets so severe to the point that they get a suicide ideation and they decide that they want to just do away with the world. They just want to kill themselves. They don't want nothing to do, because it's got to that point. So, but before it gets to that, please seek help, please seek support. It's very important. Okay, so again, let's say, you see, our health, our mental health is not like a button that you press. You switch it on, you switch it off, okay? But at the same time, listen, I'm not going to stand here and tell you, that nobody is affected, that we don't have low mood. No one is, nobody, we're affected by low mood. There are times when you wake up in the morning, you just don't want to come out of bed. It doesn't mean that you have mental health issues. It just means that, today is just not today. So recognize the difference. There's a time you just don't want to dress up. It doesn't mean that you have mental health. It's just one of those days. It's one of those situations. There's a time you're like, I'm not going to work today. I'm going to call in, those kind of things. When you're tired, when you feel you're in a low mood, recognize it. It doesn't mean that you have mental health issues. Okay, it can go on for a week, it can go on for 2 weeks, but when it goes on for a month or two, you begin to notice that there's a difference. That means that your health has been compromised. So please, let's watch that. Okay, so it's very, very important. So we don't want it to bridge over to the illness, because when it bridges over to the illness, then it becomes something that is not easily managed, because when you are aware at that point that your mental health is compromised, you're feeling low, you're feeling for a very long time, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling stressed, and this situation is weighing you down, do something about it. If it's finance, get help. If it's relationship, get whatever it is. If it's children, get help. And if you don't get help, if somebody don't get help at that time, and then, you know, that's when the bigger issue is. And then it's compromised, it becomes an issue. And then when it gets to the severe, even the moderate or the severe state, then, you know, you know that you have to then have professional to manage it, you know. And so, but if you know, for example, oh, today I'm low at this, I don't feel like this, okay, what's happening? What is the situation informing me? Why am I like this? Is this somebody has done to me? Sometimes nobody's done anything to you. It's about yourself. You know, it's what informs you about the relationship at that person. What informs you about your situation? Sometimes you just feel, if that person is not talking to me, what have I? Nana is got